All right, we just got done delivering a couple yards of dirt for Tom, my accountant, and we were able to pick up the dirt, deliver it, and everything. Let's see, we're down to 63%. I'm not sure how many miles that we went, but it's probably 10 or 12 miles one way. So we went about a little over 20 miles, and we used up, let's see, about 20%. So it takes a lot of energy to pull a dump trailer, and then we had, I think, over 10,000 pounds of dirt in there. So we're pulling a 5,500 pound dump trailer with like close to, I think, 10,000 pounds of dirt. So we're pulling 15, close to 15,000 maybe plus pounds of extra weight, and it definitely uses up some energy. So if you're pulling heavy loads, you can do it, but you got to make sure you have plenty. Make sure you supercharge or charge up to about 90%, and then make sure there's a place to charge. If you're going to go a long distance, make sure the charging stations have a drive-through, so you can not have to disconnect, because you don't want to disconnect a full trailer, or any trailer really, disconnect and then have to charge and then reconnect. So there are a few places, there is a way to do it on some of the locations. You can pull forward and then you just put cones around your trailer, but I'd rather have a pass-through charging system. That way you don't have a liability of someone hitting your trailer or running into your trailer or backing into somebody, because you really don't want to do much backing when you have a trailer. All right, guys, hopefully we'll put together a good little video for you guys, and show you how the ultimate dump trailer is a pretty good match, or anything. I mean, I just like the ultimate dump trailer no matter what, but if you're pulling it behind a Cybertruck, it's a pretty good match, because you can pull about 10,000 pounds load and still be under the max weight. And 10,000 pounds is a pretty good amount of anything. It's about 3 yards of dirt, 2 or 3 yards of dirt. It's a pretty good pile of wood, and it's a real big pile of brush and log combination. You can put about 2 pine trees if you really push it. You can put 3 pine trees, but you're really overweight. I would say max you could pull would be 2 pine trees, maybe a little more brush, and then 2 to 3 yards of dirt. You could push maybe 3.5 yards, but you're pushing it. Probably 2 yards of gravel, 2 or 3 yards of concrete. It's all dump trailer. This will hold a lot more, but it's not really made to hold. It's too much stress on the trailer when you get much over 10,000 pounds. It's really made to. This is like a 10,000 pound gross weight dump trailer. As far as because a dump trailer already weighs 5,500 pounds. So you don't want to put much more than 10,000 pounds. I'd try to stay under 10,000, especially if you're going long distances, especially if you're pulling with the Cybertruck. The dump for me is only like less than 10 miles, so it's not that big a deal. I can go to the dump 2 or 3 times on one charge. So, and we usually don't go to the dump more than once at a time, maybe twice at the most. And there's a supercharger right next to the dump, not too far from the dump. There's a supercharger right next to my shop. So I've got the perfect setup. The only thing I wish I had was a grapple on this dump trailer, just a baby one, just to pick up debris and logs. Even if it, something to pick up maybe 2,000 or 3,000 pounds, that'd be perfect. Then I could go to job sites, pick up stuff, and then sometimes there's a little bit left over or small jobs, and then we wouldn't have to load it with the machine. I wouldn't have to bring the machine with me. I could just basically then have an attachment for the debris at the end, like the rakings. If I had something I could put on there to scoop up everything off the concrete, that would be ideal. So I don't know, maybe in the future we'll change it up and put 2 hydraulic lift jacks on the outside. That'll be kind of like our outriggers, and then we'll put on maybe a small grapple, something that reaches out like 10 or 15 feet on each side, and then have something that attaches to the grapple that picks up you know, smaller rakings and stuff. So I have an idea, I'm just still looking for it. We got a grapple truck coming too, so there's always different options we have, just trying to figure out the best option for the size of debris we pick up. We call a big loader truck 60-yarder for our bigger jobs. Most of our jobs, though, you can fit in a small loader truck or a big dump trailer. So we try to accumulate all that debris, bring it back to the shop, and just pick up like once a week, you know, 60-yard pile. That usually works for us. So we have I think an 18-yard or 20-yard loader truck coming, and this is like probably like 7 to 10-yard dump trailer, and then we have a 7 to 10-yard landscape trailer that we modified. So usually works out. Anyway, I'm going back to the shop, dump this dump trailer off, and then I'm off for the weekend. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.